Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku who had King Ghidorah. Let me go over to what kaiju look like. Here. Not space one, but this guy right here. And yes, I know I'm not going to base it on anything that's on the kaiju stuff, but this is going to be a alternate one. And like a alternate universe thing where everyone or some people have kaiju as the siblings or their sons and daughters. So, let's begin. And in this alternate timeline, it's super rare chance of having two kaijus, like two different types, or three. And yeah, so Inko and Sashi were both like not kaiju, but they're humans. And Inko gave birth to three people. Three humans, but not full humans. Or two of them aren't full humans. They're kaijus in human form. So, and they both radiate different auras. And also, I'm giving Zuko a quirk that is called Fusion of Infinity. And yeah. And he is actually one of the kaijus that are he is the space kaiju. So, how will I put this? Space Zilla. And his brother is the King Ghidorah, the one that usually fights Godzilla. But in this alternate timeline, And then we have poor little Zumi. She's the only human and with a quirk of fire manipulation. So, yeah. So, this is what Zuko would look like, but with like green hair, and green eyes. Basically similar to his sister, his mother. Yeah, and yeah, because he is a space one, he can... I'm not giving him a tail or those extra glass, like, shoulder pad things. But I am giving him the stronger version. So, yeah. So, let's continue. Zuko and Zumi and their brother went to the quirk doctor. And their parents, or their father was a pro hero, or is a pro hero. Their mother is a scientist. the experiment on kaiju stuff. But the so at age of 4, they go to the quack doctor, and they looked at, or the quack doctor looks at Zumi first, of course, being polite. They always let ladies go first. Right? Right? Okay? So, okay? So, yeah. Sorry about that. I'll go to somewhere quiet. So, yeah. So basically, Zuko. So, where was I? Oh, yes. So the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk of fire manipulation. It was a combine of Asashi's fire breath thing, like fire part, and Inko's attract quirk. Basically, if Zuko, or if she, like canon Zuko would have had if it was or to me it's probably got taken away from Zuko. So, yeah. And then he looks at Zuko, tells him that he's quirkless. Actually, scratch that. Tells him that he, or actually, without any spending any more time on this, let's just say the Zuko, or they said both, like, as Quark Dr. Herm points to the King Ghidorah, or Ghidorah. I always have a hard time pronouncing his name. Him and Zumi has a quirk. Zuko doesn't have a quirk. But the quirk doctor lied to Inko and Asashi. But Zuko wasn't fooled. Because he's a space kaiju, and he could tell that who's gonna be a lion in his presence. Yeah. So, yeah. And if any of you want to make a meme about the two kaijus looking at the human, like making her feel small, go right ahead. Like both kaijus looked at the human. Yeah. So, yeah. So then Zuko, so Asashi and Inko and this whatever, they really didn't care if as long as they don't have their own, because they wanted kaiju's kids because they were one of the kaiju kids to be more, but they're out of luck. So, but all the girls criticize Zuko because of he was so quirkless that even like, yeah, his own sister gives him a hard time. Huh. How does that make you feel? But she's not like super mean, but into him, she's just like wants to make a jokes. Cause he's good with it. So then, middle of the night, when Zuko was sleeping, right next to his brother, because his brother normally can't handle if there's something goes completely wrong. But inside of Zuko's like head, and he could feel the aura of Zuko. Or no, he feels the aura of the space kaiju. His own self fusing into his own body, his own soul. So basically both one and the same. But Zuko's is much more like dominant than the So the next morning at age of 5, or time skip to 15. Zuko, who wasn't during all this time, he was like, all right. Because Inko and the Sashi didn't know that they have two kaijus as their sons. So, yeah. So Zuko, decided, okay. So both of his siblings went training on their quirks. And Zuko's like, oh man, I wish I was out there. That would have been cool. But he can train with his own parents, like his own mom, doesn't, or allows him to get stronger by just combat abilities. And they're not they aren't in the apartments thing. They're living in a mansion. Basically, I'm saying they're rich. So, Zuko, who was training his entire body, makes him feel a little bit better about himself. So, yeah, but now the 15 has passed. Zuko, so Zumi and the rest, like the other girls, and their her brother, went to UA, and Zuko was going to a normal quirkless school. And during all this time, before they became 15, Zuko, whom has grown a little bit close to his siblings. Like, not to the point of him getting married to both of them, because that would have been weird. But the to becoming the best siblings trios. Yeah. So, yeah. But he could not escape the criticism of other girls' things that were at the quirkless school, because they're like, her siblings are at UA, and your father's number 3? That's amazing. Why are you here on name? As he says, because I'm quirkless. Yeah. But they did not care if he was quirkless, as they were friends with him. And the ones that were with the other ones, like the Mina, Momo, Ochako, and Visible Girl, weren't like really picking on him. They're just like trying to make him embarrassed, or even laugh too. So Zuko, who ends up being, Zuko, and yeah, Zuko, now we're 15, and yeah, so now without being like bored thing, I'm gonna do a time skip to the camp park. As during all this time, the hero killers thing, the internship thing and all that stuff happens like normally, but him used his fireball thing, and yeah. But Zuko, whom was like, I wish I was there. But then Zuko, so then now the camp park has begun. And, or actually Zuko asks Zumi, what are you two gonna do? Well, I think we're gonna do a camp park, like or not camp park, the camp in a secret place that no one knows about, and from there, who knows? Yeah, you're so lucky. Yeah. So then Zuko was like, they always get a best treatment, but he's just getting the worst ones. Like, as Zuko, who starts feeling more down because his own siblings are having the best ones, and yeah, Zuko, adult voice. Sorry about that. And yeah. Yeah, how long has this video been? Let's see. Okay. So the yeah. So Zuko, who ends up or no, because all the sadness of him not being with his like siblings, as finally during the camp arc, or actually after the camp arc thing, was All Might versus All for One, as Zuko finally transformed into Space Godzilla. As the Space Godzilla, Zuko was way more powerful than Space Godzilla ever is. As he roars, louder than normal human could roar. As Zuko, or Space Kaiju Zuko, ran, and because he's a fast runner. As he knew that All Might was endangered, as he swings his tail, but he told All Might to duck, as All for One was about to shoot a beam off, as he says, "What was that?" As a tail comes out of nowhere and slams right into All Might.
Yes.
Hi. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, yeah. Now, Zuko, and sorry for that long. Okay. So, yeah. So Zuko, who comes in, full tail, and yeah. Zuko used a full tail on All for One, sending All for One flying. As Zuko, who charges up his Omega thing, his own beam, as he shoots it right at All for One, you hear this sound. As All for One, his entire body exploded. And like a nuclear bomb just went off. So, yeah. So basically, Zuko is pretty powerful. As Zuko calms himself down, as they're like, what is he doing? As he transforms back into his human form. And the clothes that he wore, instead of torn off, actually made a part of him. So he turns around, as he tells All Might that good job on dodging my tail. I was trying to aim for All for One, and yeah, All for One died fully. Ezuku, there's still like, he still had like crystals, like the these things on his back, the big ones. And he looks at he looks at Zuko and tells him, "It's an honor to meet you, All Might." As he sticks his hand out, and like shakes it, because Zuko knew that he met his favorite hero. And yeah, so Sashi was there, and he saw what his son is, a kaiju, as his eyes widen. Even, hold on, let me make sure. Let's see how long okay. Here, let me do MHA. As everyone, I mean everyone, was surprised seeing because Space Kaiju Space Zilla, is more legendary rare, or no, actually, let me say this, super legendary rare, to be born as a Space Zilla. No one knew except for his brother. His King Ghidorah, his brother, or is a brother to Zuko, and knew that he did show up, or no, actually the next day he did show up at the Quarkless school, because everyone was not really scared of Zuko, but instead are like so happy to see a kaiju in person. As one of them, like taps on the glass of his shoulder blades thing, like the crystals, and he was like, "What?" Yeah. So now we're gonna do part 2 of this, what if, and I hope I don't get any more interruptions. Okay? So please wait for part 2 to be filmed, and peace out, y'all. Peace.